Hi guys, it's Chamakabi, the Blinding Beauty, and this story is about Liz. Her name is Elizabeth, so we're going to call her Liz. Liz was dating this guy. His name was Tayo, or his name is Tayo, because he's still alive. And Liz is one of those people that was very intelligent in school. Started school early, 13, 14. She was done with secondary school. Entered school almost immediately. Before 20, she was done with uni. And then she went to do her master's. Before 22, she was doing master's. And so she started to work in the UK. She was doing well. She met this boy in uni. They liked each other so much. And so when she went to the UK, he was still promising her love, marriage, and everything. So she started to work in the UK. And because of how intelligent she was, how good she was at her job, everybody was looking for her. Everybody wanted her. So she said to the boy that, why don't you come over here and do your master's, all of those things. And the boy was, forming, oh, I can't afford it, I can't do that, I can't do that. She's like, you can come here, you can walk, there's different things. But he didn't really want to relocate, to the best of my knowledge, from what I gather. But she was able to tell him that she would pay, because she had gotten a fantastic job, and that so she would pay for him, he can come. So he agreed, and he moved to the UK, made her a mom, or rather a baby mama. He didn't marry her, he didn't propose to her, gave birth to the first one, a boy, gave birth to the second one, a girl. And, just like that, they were living together, cohabiting, deceiving themselves, or rather she was deceiving herself that she was in a relationship, and had 2 kids for her so-called, partner. And then paid for his school, was feeding the house, fending for everybody, doing the groceries, paying the light bill, rent, everything. He didn't pick up one job throughout his 2 years doing masters. She paid his bills, everything. So when he was done with masters and everything, she's like, okay, can you at least get a job? It doesn't matter the job here, there's dignity of labor. Whatever you do, even if it's just one thing you're doing, it will make sense. You know what I mean? But he's like, no. That if he doesn't get a proper job like what she's doing, he's not interested in getting any other job, that he just wants to be like her. And so this guy was lazing about for like another 2 years. This girl was still doing everything until the point where she's like, I can't do this. Like, what's going on? Mind you, in all this, he was cheating. Cheated so bad, got somebody else pregnant. So his gist was in the neighborhood. Some parts of the UK can be like Nigeria. Your gist would travel, like you fly. So everybody knew him as that cheating guy that was not doing anything. They didn't marry her. Then domestic violence entered and she couldn't handle it, so she left. Now, her 2 babies, one is 12 and one is 10. Yeah. So she hasn't dated anybody since then. She's just been there with her babies, taking care of her kids, working. Now, this girl is, when I say somebody's doing well, I'm not even joking. Like, her money is long. She's doing so well. She has this is my hair. Sorry. She has a fantastic job in the UK. Like, moving on. So, along the line, she meets this guy. She has a best friend anyway. And her name, I was like, you're lucky you have a best friend. If not, anyway, Jessica is her best friend. So, Jessica keeps advising her, you should date, like date somebody. She's like, she's not interested in it. So Jessica was actually one of the people that helped her get out of that relationship, because one time Jessica flew in and like told her to get her act together, and like, what are you doing? This is not you are the no nonsense person. I took more rubbish in my relationship. Like, what are you doing? And she was able to let go and all of that, because I think, having kids in your early 20s, so I get it. Anyway, to be honest, when she left, the other one was not even up to 2. Like, he had been doing his bullshit back to back, and she couldn't take it, so she left. And she has not dated in the entire time. So that's over 8 years of not dating. She's just focused on work and has solid friends. Again, one of them being Jessica. So along the line, she meets this guy, and he just likes her. We don't know why he likes her, but he likes her. And he had gone to do his findings, because she was a church worker. She was that kind of person that she didn't want to be in any what's the word that you people use for, hey, God help me, and I'm a church worker, God I beg. She didn't want to be in any group or society or any department. My gosh, any department in church. So she'll come, she'll sweep, she'll clean the chairs, she'll go. So even though they had cleaners, she had just, warmed her way through. She was such a sweet person that they just knew that, you see this sweeping, if you come and this place hasn't swept, She's going to fight you. So just leave it for her. You know what I mean? So everybody knew her. This man had taken a liking to her. He had seen her already. He had seen her. You know what I mean? And he had spotted her, going to do his findings. So Jessica was always coming from time to time to take, because I mean it's just her. So Jessica was always coming, take care of the kids. So he, you know, when a man wants something, he wants something, right? So he went to do his underground, you know, homework, got to know Jessica, asked Jessica questions. Jessica just thought it was a friendly person, you know. So, and I think in church, he had gotten to know her story. So he just said, you know what? Some people, just before I continue, some people come into your life for different reasons. So he said to himself, he was the one saying this, but he said initially what he said to himself is, I know this woman has been hurt in a way that doesn't make sense, right? And she's a responsible person and a hard worker. I'd rather have her as a friend than come into her life with plans to be in a relationship and ruin it. So it's not like I won't try, I would try. But for people like this, when they've been hurt, if they are not healed, it's a problem. And if they are healed, you also have to take your time, because trust at this time is over-earned. So you have to warm your way into her life. So he said, I will start from friendship, and I don't care how long it takes. I will stay in that friendship. If she's interested in me eventually, fine. If not, I will stay as her friend and I will take care of her, because I came into her life to take care of her, be it as a friend, be it as a husband, be it as anybody. My duty in her life is to take care of her. Take care of her, like in whatever capacity. So even as a friend, I would take care of her the way a husband would, or the way a father would. And he did just that. So they were friends for another 2 years, making her first child 14 and the other one 12. They were friends for 2 years. This guy was everything a father, a brother, a husband, and a friend can be and more. Took care of her, handled her bills, even though she wasn't having it, because she had never experienced that. This was her first love, and she did everything where she's coming from. So she didn't know how to receive it. But at some point, because he had never asked her out in that 2 years, she saw it as really and truly, maybe this person is my friend, and let me just, accept the friendship. So she got comfortable in the friendship. She was able to be vulnerable, not vulnerable to the point that she's in love. No, she just was a friend. Like, she enjoyed the friendship. And so this guy was getting too into her. He couldn't handle it anymore. 2 years had gone, nothing. And he just said a prayer. He said, God, if you feel like I'm befitting for this your daughter, if you feel like I would do right by you when I'm with her, like I'll take good care of her, tell her yourself. Help me tell her, because I don't know where I'm going to break into this person from. I don't know. So after a couple of weeks, one time they went to a movie. Movies they've been doing, they have like weekly dates. So sometimes it's movies, sometimes it's the park, sometimes it's just friendship. Sometimes Jessica's around, she comes along. So one time they went to the movies, and mind you, I know a lot of you don't have friends that you have, I don't know the word to use, like you share emotions with. Like, you don't have female friends that you will have physical touch, and I'm not talking of touch in the other way, like words of affirmation, you are a hugger, you're a pecker, those kind of things, like emotional friendship. Some of you don't have that, right? But they had that, so it's not like they will not. So in the cinema, they went to watch a movie one time, and then they held hands, and he could see that she had goosebumps. Sorry. Like, she had physical, good, very, very obvious goosebumps. And she withdrew her hand a bit. And that has never happened before. Because again, they are guys, this is her G. Like, they hold hands, they hug, they jump, you carry her when they're at the park. They're friends. Actual friends. And he had dated in between. He liked her, but I think after a year, he had given up, because he had seen that there's no way to break into this person. She says she's done with men. She says she's done with men. So he tried a date. She was actually very close to the person he was dating at the point. Like, they were so close, but he broke up with her. And then she kept asking him why. He's like, there's something missing and I can't place it. I can't. And the girl was very nice, everything. They didn't break up in a bad way. It was not a heartbreak matter. It was just a case of, this is not my person. I've tried, and I know that she's not the one. You know what I mean? So he saw the goosebumps. And he just kept asking himself, like, is there something I don't know? You know what I mean? And she herself, she's like, what's going on? Why will I remove my hand? So they went out. Next date, she felt the same thing. Every time he hugs her or he wants to peck her or something, it's different from her friend, like her guy, So I think she also prayed about it, She's asking questions like, what's going on? Then she calls Jessica. Jessica's like, I've been waiting for you to call me, Liz. I've been waiting because are you daft? How long will you take you? You know, girls and they're yapping, yada, 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 yada. And she's like, Jessica, I just can't, I can't. She said, Jessica said, what's the worst that will happen? 10 years, what's the worst that will happen? Your kids are, what's the worst? Just try. I'm not even telling you, just try. So after another couple of weeks, he then says his intention, like, because it's like, what he told her is like what he said before. I won't rush you. I don't want you to do what you don't want. If you feel like you never see me as more than a friend, that's fine. I'm fine being your friend. I love you that much to not break our bond. But these are the feelings I have for you, and I will do myself bad if I don't tell you. And she just said, okay, let's try. And he's like, yeah, let's try. So they start dating. And they dated for a year. And it was the best year. Gosh, it was such a good year. Such a good year. And he proposed to her. And she said yes. Now, after proposal and everything, he said he wants to have a conversation with her, that he realizes that she came out from something a bit traumatic. Not even a bit, very traumatic, because I'm not saying all of the details. Like, the domestic violence uncle was tip of the iceberg. There was emotional, mental, physical, every kind of humiliation and abuse you can think about. And it's like, again, women carry babies, and it's a whole process for them, healing and everything, and each pregnancy is different. So he wants to tell her now that if she chooses that she doesn't want to have any child in their marriage, it's fine by him. He's never had children before. He's not a dad, but he doesn't mind. Like, he's not even here for, oh, let's have kids. No. That he has adopted, like, these 2 kids, he's already adopting them now. Like, you know, like they had spoken about it, so you can say adopted them. And he's fine with them. He will love them the way he already always did. But that, so that she doesn't, like, he's trying to make her so safe and comfortable, so she doesn't ever get to the point where it's like, she feels like, oh, when and I have a kid for you, you will change. You know, sometimes the mind can be funny, and it's just the mind. Somebody can be shouting at your child the way they normally would, but when you have a child for them, all of a sudden it will look off or different or funny. So that he doesn't even want any of those things at all. Just to avoid it, he will not even, if she doesn't want kids, it's fine. He's okay with these 2. These 2 are his own, and God has blessed him with them. She's looking at this man like, what world are you from? And it's like, I'm serious. I just want you to see how much I love you, and I need you to be very, very comfortable with me, like, to the point where you know that everything I do in this life, I do for you. I'm for you. I'm at your service. So if you don't want kids, we already have 2. That's fine. She said, okay. Again, don't forget, when you're having kids and you're done, your first child is already almost 15. Second child is going on 13. You now want to have a baby. Even if you had a child at 20, that makes you 35. You know what I mean? So some people are looking at it like, I'm done with this phase of my life, right? So it wasn't even a case of him. It was a case of, you know, all the things she went through, raising her kids alone, and then to her, it's like, I had these kids when I was a child. Is it now I want to? But she's like, okay, thank you for that. You know, she was not, she didn't think about it, but they were fine. So 1 year along the line, he never asked her, do you want a baby? All of that, maybe you get pregnant. 2 years down, never asked. Not like, it was never a topic that came up one time. So everything, this man is true to his every word. Every day, he knows everything, every detail about her. He notices her mood swings. He notices her sigh. He notices, you know, that person that's just as if they are tailor-fitted for you. Like, they're like the person's like a robot, just to monitoring your every move, every expression, everything. That's how he is to her. So one time, after like 2 years and a couple months, she came to me and she said, I'm pregnant. The man said, he first started shaking. He lost it. He's like, did I do bad? Did I do wrong? Did I miscalculate the timing? Did I do this? I thought you were on your safe. You know, all these questions. And she's just staring at this guy. Like, he's first apologizing, and he asks her, what do you want to do? Like, because I'm not going to... You know what she said? Don't forget, I'm the lover. I love love too much. My gosh. She said, I will be doing myself a disservice to not birth a baby by you. Like, I will do myself a disservice to not have your child. Like, the manner and caliber of man that you are, it will be a terrible thing for me not to carry a child from your loins. Bro. Like, fam? She's like, have you met you? Have you seen who you are? Like, how will I not want to have a child for you? Not even to make you happy, just so that I can have a child that has your mannerisms, your character, your thinking, your mind, your heart. Why won't I want a child from you? then with you, with the way you love me, with the way I love you, I'm now so in love with you that I now realized that what I was doing with that boy was not love. Like, I'm understanding a new meaning of love. Why will I not want a child by you? Gosh. Oh. So, see, he just, you already know, happiest he's ever been. He's there to cry. He broke down. He's like, you do this for me, everything. She's like, we are now a team. We're now married. What pleases you pleases me. But they didn't have one baby. They had triplets.